welcome back to my channel.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to my channel.
Jeffree Star. Oh my god, that was so good.
We should make our own acapella intro. Fun fact about Darby and I, when we were 8 years old, we watched Pitch Perfect and we started an acapella group because of that.
Yep. It was very
If y'all want the video,
real.
maybe it'll get leaked one day.
No.
Who knows?
Thank you. We will not be starting an acapella intro, but
because the only reason is because we don't know anybody who beatboxes.
yes, that's the only reason we won't be doing that.
Yeah.
If we did, we would do that.
Speaking of, if you guys didn't get that hint, that little throwback at the beginning of the video, it was James Charles's YouTube intro. I actually still am a proud owner of the James Charles palette, and I'll probably have it for the next 35 years of my life.
We both have it, and I just have to say, I think I used it a total of 3 times.
Yeah, see, I use mine a little bit more because, like, sometimes I just get bored and, like, do makeup, but I think it got its most use for, like, prom and, like, Halloween makeup. That's the only time I ever pull it out.
I begged my mom to get it for me.
I remember because I literally got it Christmas 8th grade. And then I think you got yours shortly after that because you were like, well, Katie has it. Like, I need this too.
I need it. Even though I never even liked to play with makeup.
But there was like a month where we just got together and did each other's makeup with the James Charles palette because we were 13.
And it looked terrible every time.
It did, and it was also like his whole like avant-garde thing where he thought he was being so cool and doing like giraffe spots and like
it was
rainbow.
So many like different colors. It wasn't like one like theme. And I did want it, and I'm glad I got it because it just feels like a piece of history.
Do
you know what I mean?
And it also is like, wow,
limited.
it's a sign of the times, you know? It's a sign of our age. Like, ooh.
Like, seriously. I remember being like, Mom, like, it's only a limited time. You need to buy it for me, and she did.
No, but how limited was it really? Can we be honest?
Surprising. It's not like limited, but like you could only get it for like a little while.
Okay.
Because it was like Morphe. You know how they did all those collabs with influencers and whatever.
Yeah, I do know that.
But James was the OG.
James was the OG.
IMO. I literally remember watching.
Being on Ellen.
He was on Ellen?
Yeah, and he was like 16. He was in the CoverGirl ad. This was like his claim to fame.
Oh, like the first boy on the cover.
Back when people got famous, it was through Ellen. Now it's like TikTok, like the Rizzler. But back in the day, it was you had to go on a daytime talk show.
Not literally just Ellen.
Now we have like Jennifer Hudson and Kelly Clarkson and like
no one really wants.
What's the one that they always do
That's J Hud.
J Hud. Okay, yeah. Ethan Slater.
What's the
Aaron?
Yes, that's Mufasa. Those two get stuck in my head so often. It's like not good, actually.
Same.
So what happened on Sunday, Katie?
The finale?
Yes.
The season finale of White Lotus. Sorry. I thought you were asking me what I did on Sunday, and I was like, I did nothing.
What happened in the world?
What happened in the world? The world was shook. The world shook violently the day that, yes, episode 8, the season finale of season 3 of the world-class show, The White Lotus, made by Mike White. It was released. I did not watch it on Sunday. I watched it on Monday night. And when did you watch it?
I watched it last night.
Wow. I'm really happy for you that the internet didn't, like, put you on White Lotus talk, because I was on it, and it was scary.
It did not, and only because I literally started watching it 2 days ago. But
you were binge watching.
I literally saw, what's the guy who plays Rick?
Walton Goggins.
Yes, I saw like him. His Instagram post, and it.
Sorry.
Did you break something?
I just knocked over the mic.
Oh, I thought you stepped on something.
Nope.
I saw his Instagram post that was like a heart with R+C. And like I like read a little bit, and I was like, oh, like like obviously, okay, they both die. Like,
no, okay. Can I be honest here? I feel like spoiler. Wait, I should probably insert that.
Yes,
before.
You're gonna
spoiler alert. Something. Don't worry, we'll get a disclaimer, content warning. I do kind of feel like out of the whole cast, if if we had to kill someone, which every season somebody dies, I do think that Rick and Chelsea dying together was kind of like, at least they died together because they were soulmates. I don't know if that's like good
yes,
to
and
say,
it was like they were in this like in the same like in every life.
Yeah,
they're
no.
together,
What did she
so
say to him? She was like,
together.
she was like, I think we're gonna be together forever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they are.
yeah.
Very cute. I mean,
I will
like
say
Romeo and
out
Juliet.
of what'd you say?
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Literally like Romeo and Juliet. Out of the 3 seasons, I enjoyed this one the most. I think.
I agree.
Season 2 was interesting, but I felt like they just had a lot of like hot people in it, and it was kind of like we're all just pretty, and like that's true, but like the plot, I felt like this was a better plot. Season 2, I had a lot of like, you know, good, well-known. It was like a stacked cast, and I feel like this season was kind of more of like a more variety, more plot-driven than season 2. But yeah, I loved season 3. Who was your favorite character or favorite like group?
Yeah, I didn't
that we
really
were
like any of
following?
them. I thought
I mean, you don't have to like them, but
of like the 3 women
oh yeah,
on a girl trip. I thought it was funny because I was like, this is so like true. Like this is
how they were all turning
women
on each other
act and like and how they all talk about each other behind each other's back. I was like, this is like not. This is not even funny.
See, I was thinking that too because I was kind of like, whoa, you'll be 45 and in a group of 3, you'll always be getting ganged up on. Yeah, that was interesting.
3s do not work.
They don't. That's what they say.
We've learned this. We know this.
Right. My favorite group, because one of the things I really like about the White Lotus is how it always follows like different groups. There's like families, friends, couples, you know, acquaintances, whatever. I really liked the Ratliff family, like as a group.
God.
I didn't think they were likable, but I loved their storyline.
I did not.
Really?
It freaked me out. Like,
I liked
all
it a
of
lot.
I did not like that he almost died. Like that was. I was
that
like,
was
this is. They were just giving me anxiety the whole time.
Well, right. No, me too.
I didn't like it, and the dad, I was like, you're so stupid.
Yeah,
like
horrible father, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't like really any of them. They were all bothering me.
They were all bothering you, huh?
But
I
mean,
thought it was.
I
really liked that it was set in Thailand. I thought that was cool.
I liked Chelsea.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Chelsea was without a doubt my favorite. Least favorite, Chloe, Saxon.
What about Greg?
Oh yeah, Greg. Did not like Greg, but I've already not liked him for the past few seasons, so it's kind of like, okay.
When he showed up on screen, I
tell
was
me
like,
something
what?
I don't know. Oh, also Belinda is one of my favorites. She's up there for me. I just think she's so funny.
Was surprised she took the money.
Me too. I did not think she was going to take the money either, and I thought it was interesting that her son was the one motivating her to take the money.
And also that she just like left that guy in the dust.
I know.
When it was like Tanya left her in the dust.
That's so true.
It's
because
like parallels.
Oh yeah, there was definitely a lot of parallels.
I think it just like goes to show that like once you like get money, you kind of leave people. You don't care anymore.
That's so deep.
I think there's so many deep meanings in the show that like
for sure
you don't even think about or don't realize.
Where it's like I would love to look because some of the theories on the internet are actually really interesting.
Right. And when the dad was like, "Can you have some pina colada mix brought to our room?" I was like, "Stop it!" And then when he told the son, it was like, "You can't have when you're not 21." I was like, "Stop it!"
It was so weird and like, yeah. Okay, can we talk about Mook? I thought that she was gonna have a whole reveal.
No, literally nothing
where she was
happened.
Gonna be evil, or like, you know, she was not actually interested in guy talk. He was also the most infuriating character.
I thought it was gay talk.
I don't know how you say it.
Maybe like gay TikTok. That's what
gay
for some reason I always thought about that.
Sorry, I'll just say guy talk for the purpose.
No, but she didn't really like add anything, and I thought she was gonna be a major character, and she really wasn't.
Her name Lisa.
Who's Lisa?
You know, like Mook in real life. Her name, like the actress is.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, wait, sorry. I think she's Lisa. Yeah, Lisa. Lisa, the pop sensation.
I didn't even realize that was her.
Mook, aka Lisa, the pop sensation. I believe she's in Blackpink.
Yes, she was. Are they still a group?
Maybe not. She is gorgeous and talented.
Oh my god, no, she is. She literally looks like
beautiful.
A doll. Like,
literally,
she's
beautiful. No, but also she was a very good actress. Like, you know how some like
She
singers,
was.
the acting does not transfer over. I felt
Right.
like hers did, but it was really weird to me how the entire show was motivated by like her mood was literally just like, oh, is the guy I'm going out with going to be manly, or like can he defend himself?
No, when she
Can he
like
learn to
kind of
shoot?
turned on him, I was like,
know.
girl, he's in love with you. Like,
Right.
he was so like nice to her, and he was really like, let's get married. And then she was like, we haven't even been on a date. So he was like, let's go on a date.
Yeah.
And I honestly like,
She seemed a little
whatever.
She seemed like her priorities were not
Right.
straight
Like, I hope
in
he
my
dropped
mind.
her.
I don't know, but I thought it was really interesting that like basically the whole arc with him was like, you're a loser and you can't do your job well, you messed up, then okay, you go on a date with Mook, and then the ending was like he killed he killed Rick because Rick shot the owner of the hotel. And it was just like, oh, here, I won the medal. I killed the guy. I'm a brave soldier now, you know?
Right.
And I was like, wow, I didn't think he was going to be rewarded for that. I thought he was going to like go and like learn something great about himself and be like, I don't have to kill people to.
Well, I also thought like before he killed him, like, I forget her name, but
Sritala?
Yes. She literally said like, shoot, kill him,
Shoot
like
him,
17
yeah.
times before he actually did. So I thought she would have been pissed, like, I told you.
Right.
But no, she hired him as a driver or bodyguard, whatever.
No, I think she was probably
whatever. I'm happy
crazy.
for him.
I don't know. I'm happy for him too. I mean,
I don't support guns.
No. I feel like the White Lotus is just like, because I literally think the White Lotus, other than Abbott Elementary, is one of the first shows in years that I've actually sat down every single day at like Sunday.
Right. And not just like streamed the whole thing whenever you wanted to.
I stream everything. And it's so hard for me when I become invested in a show because I'm like, what is it, 2010? Like,
right. Like, I can't watch the next episode.
No, I'm not used to it at all.
I don't know if you heard this, but God, I can't even remember any of their names.
She's having a major brain fart these past few days.
No, I just didn't like remember most of their names. Like Timothy.
What could you not remember the other
and
day?
what's his wife?
Victoria Ratliff.
Her name's
AKA
Victoria?
Piker Posey.
Why don't I? Okay, anyway, whatever. Those two characters watched and studied Southern Charm.
Oh, I've never seen Southern Charm.
Like, get into character. Like, there's these two people that were on Southern Charm. One,
what is that even about?
The woman, it's just about Southern people. It's on Bravo.
Oh, it's a reality show.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize.
The woman is still on it. She's like super old, and people literally think she's a vampire.
Ooh.
But she just has a lot of money, so she's gotten plastic surgery. But she's like so like rich, like insanely rich. Her name is Patricia.
I'm gonna look up Southern Charm Patricia.
And she's like studied her to like get into character, and then
83.
I know. And then
she looks airbrushed.
That picture, and she is. The Timothy studied Thomas Ravenel, who is like not a good person, but he was on the earlier seasons.
Oh, I
and
see.
He literally like he said like maybe in like 2016 or something, he said like he went to jail and he said, well, now that I'm a convicted felon, I can only like run for president. So he predicted Trump.
Really? The internet is saying that there's a rumored feud between Walton Goggins and Amy Lou Wood.
Okay, who cares?
I don't know, but I want to know why.
Maybe they were in love and it's lovers.
Can I just say I love Amy Lou Wood and I've loved her for years. I need her to be in like the next like blockbuster because she deserves it. She was in this show called Sex Education. And
oh my God, I just confused her with the girl that's in the End of the Effing World.
They don't look alike though.
I literally just confused her completely.
That was a show. I watched that in probably 2 weeks, loved it for like a month, and then forgot about it.
I think it's because they're both British.
Jessica Barden. Not you getting British women mixed up. That's not okay.
What can I
Don't
say?
make any generalizations here.
Anyway, I was just like kind of mad at like everyone the whole episode. And like what? Just like tell the guy you're his dad. Like,
yeah, that was weird too because there was a lot of things that were added to the plot and then just kind of like dropped out of it. I felt
like what?
Like, okay, I thought Mook was evil. The way that I know I already said that she was low-key two-faced. Rick's friend Frank, like, what was his deal?
What? That was another thing that I was like, and are we ever gonna find out who this guy is? Like,
like, tell us more about Frank.
I thought it was his brother or something, and then it was like,
no,
he wasn't.
No, and I don't know. There's like a few other things I feel like. I mean, we won't get into details here, but I feel like, there was a theory about how Piper and Zion were supposed to like get together. Apparently, Mike White had it in the script. They like even maybe shot a few scenes with them, and then it got cut out. Like, I would have loved to pursue that. I know.
I feel like she deserved.
But
Piper didn't like have that much of a.
No.
Nothing really happened with her.
I thought it was really funny that she came on as like, I'm studying Buddhism. I'm writing my thesis on this. I'm gonna move here, whatever. And then I don't know if it was like. In my head, I kind of thought the reason she didn't want to pursue it anymore is because she was like, well, if my brother's going to do it too, then I'm not cool and unique anymore.
No, me too.
But then also her being like, when she actually had the full breakdown when she was back with her mom where she was like, I can't be somewhere that doesn't have air conditioning and the food, they said it was vegetarian. But I was like, yeah, so you really are just like the spoiled rich girl. Like your mother knew that about you, and you thought you were better than that, but you're not.
She low key real though.
No, she's totally real.
Which is sad because I was like, no, like I understand her, and I also understand her being upset that she realizes this because she's also
like, I want to be better.
Feel upset that I'm not her level of wealthiness, but like I literally
need air
can't
conditioning
imagine like
too.
for a year. It's not even like I can do it for a week, okay, maybe a month, but like for a year is crazy.
Right. I just thought her. Also, maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I loved her like outfit choices throughout the show. I thought her dresses were so. Like, you know, it was giving like modest,
it was
linen, core,
South
prairie
Carolina,
girl. Yeah,
Charleston.
it was really cute though.
They they got it very right with that family.
I liked all of Parker Posey's outfit picks. I loved her nightgown that she wore, like every single.
The white one?
Yeah, I thought it was so like rich mom
was, like,
with lorazepam
so
core.
Funny. No, she killed me. And also the fact that like the dad just like
was
started a drug addiction.
I know.
Like what?
Crazy.
Popping 2 or 3 lorazepams.
True.
Every 2 hours. Like what?
I know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm actually sad that I'm finished with it now because I don't like. There's no other shows that I'm gonna be that invested in right now.
Right.
And that was a lot of my time for the past few months.
Real Housewives because it gives the same energy.
Really? Okay.
I mean, not the same energy, but it's kind of like the same feeling. Like, you're like, oh my God, a fight happens next episode. I have to watch it.
I know. Because,
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun because, like, I always watch it with my roommates, too. One of my roommates decided to watch the finale the night that it came out and then pretended to watch it with us. And then he was like, guys, I have to come clean. I already watched it. And we literally were all like...
admit to that.
I know. I was like, you should have kept that to yourself because I'm never going to look at you the same.
I'm literally caught up, and that's like
what so
annoying on The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh my God, I'm not.
You need to watch it because that comes out every Sunday, but it's the newest season, so you have to watch like the first 3.
Well, that's the thing is like I actually really enjoy not being caught up on things because then it means I have all the time.
No, I understand. I love when I forget to watch like Abbott Elementary for like 3 weeks.
Same.
And then I watch it in 3 hours.
Right.
But no, I really like The Righteous Gemstones. It's like really funny.
Yeah, actually. I like that one too.
It's really funny, and it's like low key, like true and sad a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean when you really think about it?
I do know. This I know.
Of the 1%. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about conspiracy theories. These were brought to my attention from Darby. They were found on TikTok.
On Conspiracy-Tok.
On Conspiracy-Tok. So we have a few we're going to go through. Do you have any you want to point out that were particularly shocking to you?
Go through them all. I didn't realize you were like writing them down. So why don't you
start? No, I just wrote these down because I didn't want to scroll through their comments again.
Start.
Okay, first one that I could totally actually believe this. This person says, Modern art is a money laundering scheme. No way someone's actually spending $50 million on a red square.
No,
Why have I never thought about that before?
It makes sense.
That kind of actually makes me feel like an idiot that I've never thought about that.
Like an idiot.
Okay, thank you.
But it just like makes sense, and I feel like the craziest thing about conspiracy theories is like it's basically all based around like the government is lying to you. Like everything you know is a lie.
And that's the weird thing, or I guess it's not even weird, but it's just like
that's why I don't like thinking about them. Do you
know
what I mean? Like
I know.
Usually
it's
I'm like,
too much.
all right,
I agree.
it's enough.
I've been like hearing a lot about conspiracy theories in one of my history classes, and like I just figured out what I think I might have already mentioned this last week. I just figured out like what QAnon's whole deal is. I didn't even know, and it's weird because there are so many people who genuinely just like take one fact and run with it, and then
it's like a game of telephone.
Yes, and it's like, what's the theory where it's like, it's kind of like manifesting something for yourself, where if you're like, this is going to happen confirmation bias. Everybody, even if you read one fact about an alleged conspiracy theory, if everything else you read starts like adding up, there could be no factual evidence to it, but if it's confirming every idea you have in your head, like obviously you'll believe it.
The biggest one, I can't remember if I saw it on here or somewhere else, but I saw it and I can't get it out of my head that it's like, this is like scary.
Oh gosh.
That like everything that has happened in history like could just be someone making it up, like a story, because there was nothing to like physically document it. I mean, you could like write it down, but they could be lying. Do you know what I mean? It's like a game of telephone. Like someone could have like, okay, let's take like, what's like a story from, I mean, you could say this about anything, but I'm just like, okay, let's say like Noah's Ark, right? Okay.
Right.
Let's say this guy takes 2 dogs on a boat and he tells his friend, and his friend tells his friend, oh my God, my friend took a bunch of animals on the boat to save them. And then his friend tells the other guy, oh, it's this huge ark, and it's, they took, you know what I mean? Like it's not actually, that didn't actually really happen. It's just like a little part of it happened, and then people change it and change it and change it over time. Or someone just fully lied about it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of conspiracy theories get made up because people want a group to blame things on.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
Unfortunately, that's why we have a lot of issues in the history of the world.
Right.
Is because people are mad at, their government or their lord or their king or whatever, and then they go and find a different group to pin that on. So, yeah, and you know what? That is so true, because if you genuinely think about it, shout out to my dad. He always says, like, not in a bad way, but he just says, like, you used to be able to get away with so much stuff. Oh my God,
I think about that so much.
Yeah, that you just cannot get away with now these days because phones, all the surveillance. We are being constantly surveyed in every way imaginable.
1984?
Not even in that sense, but just like red light cameras. Like,
no, in like a literal
every single way.
sense.
But sorry. But anyway, it's just like you can't do anything that you could have gotten away with 100 years ago.
You know what the weird thing about that is? Is that the like arrest clearance rates.
I don't even know what that means.
Like how many people they've arrested for a crime.
Oh, okay.
Like in an investigation, like if someone murders someone, they just get away and then they have to investigate and then arrest them. The arrest clearance rates are so much worse than they were in like the 1960s, which is crazy because...
Wait, you mean like they're not catching people like they used to? Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Like, the arrest clearance rates used to be like 75%. Now it's like 30 or something. It's like...
Oh, yikes.
They don't... And it's like, how do you not...
Yeah.
Like, you can track everything.
Right.
So how is this possible? Maybe it's just because, like, crime is... Well, that's not even technically true. I don't know. I just, like, that was crazy. My sociology teacher told us that the other day, and I was like,
that is really interesting.
How does that make any sense?
How is this adding up here?
It doesn't. And that's why, like, all these conspiracy theories, I'm like, wait, that could so be true.
Well, and that's the other thing where it's like you kind of have to challenge yourself to, like, not believe in something even though it seems so real. Because
I just have to tell myself, like, this doesn't really matter. Like, just don't think about it anymore.
No, yeah, and that's also why the internet is such a dangerous place, because it really makes you think about how easy it is to believe something. Like, we've never been so connected as we are right now at this moment in history. And it's a good thing, but it's also very easy for misinformation to spread. So easy.
That's what we, as journalism students, we talk about that constantly.
Yeah, like every day.
Credibility, misinformation.
It's true. And yeah, you really do kind of just have to question everything you see, unfortunately.
Seriously, which is so... And never trust anyone ever.
No, because they could be a snake.
Or a serial killer. Just like... Who's that guy that they said was a serial killer?
I don't...
Garth Brooks.
Who? Garth Brooks, the country
Brooks
singer?
Is a serial killer.
Serial unaliver.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
That was the TikTok term.
These words.
Maybe not.
Serial...
Okay, this one is like a little spiritual, but I do think it's interesting. It says, reincarnation is real because if we are made up of an energy that can't get destroyed, where does it go when we die? It gets recycled, hence reincarnation.
Okay.
I do think that's an interesting theory, but...
Me and Katie have had the conversation about what happens after you die so many times.
Yeah, and I don't even like... Here's the thing. I was actually just thinking about this the other day. I am scared to die in the sense that I don't want to, like, suffer.
Right, have pain.
That sounds like, I guess that's pretty normal.
Duh.
I'm scared to die in the sense that I don't want to suffer. But in terms of what happens after death, I feel like that's kind of not my problem, you know?
No, I'm excited to find out.
Right.
Like, I'm not.
Oh, honey.
I want to live till a very long time, but I'm not like scared of I'm scared of like dying obviously like in a painful way or whatever, but like if I just died in my sleep when I was 90, I'm excited to find out what happens. But like even if you're reincarnated, like you wouldn't know. Do you know what I mean?
No, and that's the other thing where I do think there are like the stuff that freaks me out is little kids who go up to their parents and are like, my name was Gemma in a past life and this is what happened, and it's like blah blah blah, and they have this whole like they know,
like say something about like I've seen a lot of people
their dead grandma
that they've never met
and they're
before.
like
or like call their parents the name that they're so crazy. Like, how would you know
I just had a dream about my grandfather who has been dead for like 11 years, and it was so random because why am I dreaming about you? Like, you know, but whenever, I don't know, death is just so crazy. Odd. And also I'm like, I don't want to sound like weird, but sometimes I'll have dreams about, this sounds so stupid. I'll have dreams about my dead dog and my dead grandfather, and I'll think, are they trying to contact me right now?
No,
you know? Are they trying to get to me?
I think it was the same night that Katie had her dream about Poppy, her grandfather, that my mom had a dream about her dad who passed.
Oh, wow.
I think like 2004 maybe. And I told her, I was like, I feel like that's like him trying to reach be like, hey, hope you're doing okay.
So weird.
Like just tell you, hey, I'm watching over you.
Right.
And it's even random. If it's not, I think that's a nice way of thinking about it.
No, yeah,
you know
me
what
too.
I mean?
Me too, for sure.
I think that's great.
Right.
I love like thinking things are signs. Like even
me
if they're
too.
not. Like I told Katie, I was
such a
like,
girl thing.
One time at like the beginning of the school year last semester, I was having like a really hard day and I was just like stressed and having a hard time. And I literally like walked to the wrong class fully. Like it was the first week of school. I walked to the wrong class, like down a hill and was like 10 minutes late. But on the way to the wrong class, I saw a red cardinal, which is supposed to be the sign of a past loved one. So I feel like it was somebody
symbolism,
like making me go to the wrong class so I could see them and be like, everything is okay.
I love that.
I don't know who it could be because there's a lot, but hey, it was really close. Like it didn't like fly away when I got close to it.
No, yeah, I remember like last year I was walking to class one day and there was this little golden retriever puppy who had walked out of his yard, and he was just like, I don't know, in the driveway or whatever. And it was like around the 1 year anniversary of when my dog died, and like I like picked up the puppy and like brought him back to his owners, and I was like, your dog got out of your yard, and I was just like, hey Gingy, like miss you, girl.
It's Ginny Boo Boo.
But yeah.
No, I love thinking about things that way.
And you know what? We just did a full circle from I'm afraid to die to wait, isn't life so beautiful?
Right. It is, though. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
One thing about Darby and I is that in college, we don't really hang out one-on-one a lot because we're always just, like, with others. But we hung out one-on-one, like, for, like, 3 days in a row this weekend. And it was, like, or maybe not in a row, but we just hung out a lot together recently. And I was kind of like, wait, this is so beautiful.
And we had our deep conversations night.
We started having deep conversation, like, we called it deep conversations probably when we were in, like, 7th grade.
Literally.
Ever since. It's, like, once a month. Deep conversations.
And it's great.
It's great.
It's very therapeutic.
So therapeutic.
It's like we're each other's therapists, literally, because
For
we just
sure.
like confirm what each other is like thinking. I'm like, no, you're right. Like,
sometimes, like, I was texting one of my friends today, and she's like, sorry if this is annoying you, like, blah, blah, blah. And I said, girl, no, like, we need each other. Like, you're not annoying me. Like,
tell me.
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
Like, womanhood. Like,
no,
what do you think I am, a man?
Right.
Doesn't want to hear about your problems?
That's like whenever my guy friends tell me they haven't cried in 4 years, I'm like,
oh my God,
what?
that's always so weird.
And then it's like, when's the last time you cried? 2 days ago.
Like something
an hour ago.
I feel like you need to cry. It's like a release.
It's not
unless
natural.
you like live a perfect life, which like no one is like
even
not
though tears of
stressed
joy
or sad or anything. Like you need to. It's a release, literally.
I completely agree.
Like I feel like sometimes I have like tears built up in my somewhere.
Same.
That I just need to let
No,
out.
sometimes I'll genuinely, and I mean, I'm sure there's like a theory on this or something, but sometimes I'll be having a really happy moment and I'm just like, I just need to like go cry.
Right.
Like, I don't know if there's any science behind that.
It's an emotional release, I feel.
Oh, damn.
What? Oh my God.
I knocked it.
Can you put it back on?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God.
I broke something. Sorry, guys.
Okay, what's the next
one? Wow, we had
such
a beautiful theory. No, I like it, though. I think it was meant to be. Okay, this is much more stupid than the other one. But this one is 99% of the skincare industry is a scam. I completely agree with this, actually.
Sure.
Because what do you mean? I'm sorry, maybe this is bad, but the only skincare I do is CeraVe and Pond's cold cream. And I'm sorry, like, I'm not buying the Drunk Elephant $45 for 2 ounces. I'm not doing it because I know it wouldn't help. Yes, that's my thing.
Underconsumption.
I am so under consumption core. The shorts I'm wearing right now, my mom's from like 2009. So
2009.
You know what's sad is like I have a lot of my parents' old clothes and they're still in such good condition. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, they just got too big for them or didn't like them anymore, and like I'll wear them and I have things of my parents that are from 1995 and they're in perfect condition, and I'll buy a shirt 6 months ago and it will be in dust.
No, literally. I think that like everything is just getting worse quality, so that we have to keep buying that, like shoes, furniture.
Oh my God, why are shoes such bad quality now?
I know.
Oh, it sucks. You really have to invest in everything these days.
Seriously. No, and it's just because they want you to keep having to buy them.
And also the other thing is I feel like if you go somewhere like IKEA, you expect, okay, it is dirt cheap. Like you expect I'm not going to be getting a product that's going to last for 20 years. But like if you go to a nice furniture store and you're buying something that is marketed as like good and is gonna last forever, yeah, I expect it to last forever. So why are we paying an insane amount of money for things that are bad quality?
It's ridiculous.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
And with that, I do believe that 99% of the skincare industry is a scam.
Definitely.
Some of these are a little more lighthearted than others.
Right.
This one is also a stupid one. This says, actually, let's go serious. Many celebrities have faked their deaths to escape their life of fame.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
Ooh, I don't know much about him.
But
do you think his allegations were catching up with him though? Do you think that's why he?
No, I mean for years people.
Because I don't know anything about Michael Jackson truly. I only know Billie Jean.
I know a little too much.
You think he faked his death?
No.
Oh. You think somebody killed him?
No. I think, didn't he have an overdose or something?
Yeah, but I'm saying
on my birthday.
This theory is many celebrities have faked their deaths to escape their life of fame. So are you saying Michael Jackson's still alive?
I'm asking you what you think about them.
Oh, I can't speak
Michael
to
Jackson,
that.
I think, is the most famous one that people think he faked his death. Like
But
people think they
do
see
you
him
think
everywhere.
that?
No.
Oh, okay.
People think Avril Lavigne
Yeah, but
died
is that
and
like
is a clone.
Is that like a Britney Spears sort of thing?
No, people just think like she was like, I'm done with this, and so they got someone else to like do it. And
that doesn't make sense to me.
She has publicly said, no, I'm Avril Lavigne.
Right.
But I think like she's just gotten like plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of uncanny valley these days. We don't know what's going on.
Elvis Presley, I think he died.
For sure.
He was very unwell before he died.
Yeah, because can we talk about like his daughter and the horrible life she had?
Oh my God,
I feel so bad for her.
And Priscilla.
Yeah, but Priscilla's like kind of evil.
Right.
Unfortunately.
But
I do want to read her autobiography at some point.
She's a book?
Yes, because I saw the Priscilla movie and I did actually enjoy it, but I never saw the Elvis one with Austin Butler.
I did not like that.
I think it kind of had its moment in the sun and then it fell off.
I didn't like that, and I especially didn't like that I felt like they didn't really show the whole truth of him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Priscilla one was just like so sad.
It was really sad, but it was like really well done, and I low-key do really like Sophia Coppola.
Yes, she's great.
I love Marie Antoinette too.
I haven't seen it in years,
though.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to.
You want to?
So I was just getting, we don't know.
Yeah. I was just getting ridiculed the other day.
Oh God.
Because Hayes told me that my favorite movies are too basic. And I'm like, can you just let me enjoy something?
I don't think your favorite movies are too basic. What are your favorite movies?
I said my favorite movies were top 3, Lady Bird, Call Me By Your Name, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's like basic, like if you're like
I'm not a film bro. Yeah.
No, like if you're like Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street, and like Pulp Fiction, that's basic.
That's
okay.
What are your favorites? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't really have a list, but like favorites off the top of my head, obviously Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, like that's always gonna be a classic to me.
Okay, Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh my god!
Don't get me started on that.
I need to. We need to like rewatch that and cry.
Know. I want to. You know what else? It's really good, but that's one. This is like I think the sad, like the
Beautiful
most.
Boy.
No.
Oh darn it!
That's a good one.
That's what you're gonna say.
The movie I have cried the most at for sure, 1,000% is
The Notebook.
No, but you keep saying sad ones that make me sad. The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh my gosh.
The ending of that, like I could start crying now thinking about it. Like I can't think about it because I'm just gonna start crying. Is so, and objectively, I feel like the other ones are sadder, but for some reason, it just.
Wait, what's the ending? Is it his aunt?
Don't put. Yeah, his aunt like.
Abused him
as a kid, and he just keeps having like these feelings. And he
didn't
like
even
to kill himself, and he's put in the mental hospital, and his parents find out. And
dang.
Oh my god!
I low-key, I'm gonna be honest here. I think I just watched it when I was like younger, and I was like on my phone the whole time, and nothing picked up in my brain. I didn't realize that his aunt abused him.
It was
it never added up
the whole time. Like they hinted at it, but you were kind of like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then I think what like almost hit me the hardest, like when the doctor told his parents because they didn't know until he tried to.
That is so sad. Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Like next.
Anyway, this one is dumb. Women have tiny pockets to prop up the purse industry. Without a doubt. My dad always, something that men will never understand is carrying your phone, your sunglasses, your keys, your wallet, your hair tie.
And a drink in your hand.
Yeah,
like, it's
your
everything.
Stanley and your Starbucks in your hand. Men will never understand that. And I do that a lot where I'll walk out to my car with 8 things in my hand and my dad will look at me and he'll go, "What? Put that in your pocket." And I'm like, "Babe, I don't have any." And I like, it's not like I'm wearing dresses all the time.
Right.
Like,
it's just some
it's literally
things just don't have pockets.
My half of the pockets in my jeans are fake.
And
that's the other thing, fake pockets.
Those are crazy.
I know.
The jeans, like if you put your phone in your butt.
Yeah. If you put your phone in your back pocket.
If you put your phone in your back pocket. You know what I mean.
It'll flip out.
If you put your phone in your back pocket, it begins to curve.
Yes.
If you put it in.
Oh my gosh.
Had my mom's friend. Literally, that happened to her phone. Like, it literally curved because she had it in her back pocket so much.
Can we talk about how some people's fingers are curved from where they hold their phone?
Okay,
like this?
Isn't Ben's?
Ben has a curve.
I just have fingers that aren't straight. I feel like regularly.
I do too.
You have double jointed fingers.
Oh yeah, I have creepy fingers. Yeah, it's actually really annoying because I remember in every single picture, people would be like, do a peace sign, and I would do this. And it's like, I can't help it. I cannot help it. My fingers are just weird. I do have, okay, snort. Yeah, I can also do that.
Oh! I don't like that.
Content warning, trigger warning.
You know what the worst is when people flip their eyelids inside out. Oh, God.
I feel like that was such a big thing in elementary school. It was like, hi, what's your name, and what trick can you do? Do you know any tricks? Like, yes.
I don't know. I didn't know nothing.
No, I feel like that was a big thing. I don't know. Just recalling it all now.
God. Okay. Do you have any?
Let's see if there's any other compelling things in this comment section.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
You know the video of the lady on the plane and she's like, that is not real.
Yes. They're like, she's real.
It's people think that she actually saw
Me
something.
too.
I believe it.
Wait, I haven't. Okay, next episode we'll do a deep dive on that.
I believe she actually saw something that freaked her out.
That is not real.
That mother is not real. Have you seen the meme where it's like her yelling and then just a picture of the live action Scooby-Doo in the grandma costume?
Yes,
on the plane. Oh, I love that. That is so funny.
Some of these people in this comment section are like stupid.
Okay, this one says they are purposefully dumbing down the next generation so they are easier to control.
I feel like that's kind of been happening.
Right.
It's been going back and forth like that forever.
The biggest one for me,
ooh, I'm scared.
It's kind of hard to explain, but that we don't see the same colors, but we just know the names of colors as...
See, I can't even wrap my brain around that, but I do understand how it's possible. You know?
That one freaks me out.
How, can you like explain that?
Okay, yeah, so like your shirt is green to me.
Yeah.
Because I know this is green.
Yeah.
But you could be seeing my blue, but you know the word as green. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I feel like I definitely got that explained to me in like middle school or something.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
At least one person on this earth has superpowers.
See, okay, I'm sorry. I kind of think that's interesting too because today in one of my classes we were just talking about vampires and werewolves, and I'm like, wait, but somebody has.
That's too scary.
There has to be something we don't know here.
Right. Well, and it's kind of that thing where it's like you can't make anything up, but something has to have like actually. So maybe.
Right.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I just figured something out. No, okay, this one says they created AI.
We've been duped.
No, literally.
We've been duped.
They created AI, so when actual footage of something that we shouldn't see pops up, we'd think it's AI.
Whoa.
And that makes so much sense, and it's freaking me out right now.
See, that makes too much sense to me. Because also the fact, okay, I feel bad for the older generation right now because so many of them are being scammed by AI that they think is real.
No, it's bad. And even like the OG scams.
Even people who are like 50.
Were just like people calling old people and being like, I need $50,000 to send
your
you
loan.
$100,000 or whatever. You know what I mean? And so many people fell for that.
Right,
like literally,
right.
My professor, Cal, was saying the other day that his dad gave someone $50,000 in a scam.
That is like horrible.
80-something-year-old dad.
That is
no,
horrible.
It's literally, it's terrible. It's not, and I'm scared for my great grandmother because I feel like that she would fall.
Yeah,
for that.
just don't
and
give
you
her
know
a phone.
what else they're doing with AI thing? Like they're like taking, like they could take my voice and then call my mom and have like it sound like me say,
wow,
Mom, I'm being kidnapped. You need to wire $5,000 or else you're gonna kill me.
That's crazy.
And it's not actually me. It's just so my mom made me come up with a code word.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is so your mother.
I know.
Wait,
we have a code word.
Don't tell me what it is, but I need one too now.
No, you do. But your mom would forget in 2 seconds. Is the problem.
It could be anything. It should be like, what?
And your mom has to pick up the phone for every call she gets because she's a realtor. So
she doesn't though. She's she's very bad at answering the phone because she just is. But literally every single emergency contact, I always put my dad first because like he will answer the phone, my mother will not.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
I remember. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, keep going. This is something different.
No, I mean this isn't about conspiracy theories though. But my parents like. I don't know, they're older, like they've been writing their wills or whatever. But like when I was like younger, my parents would always be like, who do you want to go live with if we die?
Oh my God.
And I was like no, I get options.
My mom like did it for me. Like what? I don't get a say in this. No, because it's supposed to be your godparents.
Really?
That's what it's for.
See, my options were like, it's either you can go live with More or one of my older brothers. And I was like, okay, well, my grandma makes me eat too many vegetables, so I think I'd want to go live with my brothers.
Who are your godparents?
My Uncle Pat and my Aunt Bridget, I think.
Yeah, that's what they're for. They're for if your parents die, you go to them.
Okay, see, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Well, my godmother is my mom's sister and my godfather is my dad's brother, so it's not like they're married. Like, that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, that's mine, too. It's not usually... Well, actually, it is sometimes married. Like, my godmother is my aunt, and then my godfather is my dad's brother.
Oh, okay.
So it's like... But
that's probably very common,
my mom literally... I remember her asking me, which one do you want to go with? Which of the two?
No, that's like... odd. Yeah, it's so Wait, I don't have a will drawn up. Should I get that?
Girl, what assets do you have, and who would you leave it to?
Assets? Eli?
Will I be in your will?
Of course.
Wait, but I'm gonna be, if you have children, I'm gonna be the godmother, so I already know.
Well, duh.
I'm taking care of that kid.
I was just gonna say, let's be honest here. If I don't have any kids, everything can go to you and Pat.
Here's the thing. If you don't have kids, I'm not having kids.
Really?
But
I feel like one of us
so
has
I need you to have.
No.
I don't have any siblings.
My
children are not gonna have cousins.
I know. But they'll have an aunt. They'll have an aunt, though.
Can you adopt at least? Like,
Maybe. I'll think about it.
You're so selfish.
Well, it's really just because, like, I don't want to get married to a man. I don't want to live in a house with a man.
Donor.
I don't. Okay, true.
Done. All right, next. Okay, I like this conspiracy theory. He wants me.
Well, he does.
Well, he does.
He does. Wait, can I bring up something?
No, he does want me.
Can I bring up... Wait, my favorite conspiracy theory? Let me read it to you.
It's my man getting fit from a wedding.
No.
No.
My favorite conspiracy theory is from... It's a little vintage. It's from 2017. What? It's 90% of people... 90% of people marry their 7th to 12th grade love. Since you have read this, you will be told good news tonight. If you don't repost this, your worst week starts now.
No, and listen,
that's so true.
I've always said this. And
me too. Literally,
I only had one love between those times. So
wait. Mm-hmm.
So kill me now.
And it's true.
So my worst week starts now. My worst week starts now. Remember there was the text chains of like, send this to 5 people or else you're going to die. Or your mom is going to die.
The one that was like, you don't believe in Jesus.
My mom always, like, I used to get in trouble for sending those to people. Like, she was like, do not spread that.
You were on Kik, bro. I was not.
Kik? I was not on Kik. This was on Messages.
Okay, I know, but like, this is just unlocking an era of like mini iPads.
I was not on Kik. This was in middle school.
I thought you were.
Katie. This was in middle school. It wasn't elementary school. It was middle school. These long texts that were saying like all these good things happen to you if you send it to bad people. If you send it to 5 people, if you don't, you're gonna die.
I totally remember that.
You're gonna get all Fs, whatever, and then you would have to send it. And
someone's gonna come kill you.
You were a loser, but I wasn't allowed to. And whenever
I
did, I got in
so
trouble.
she wasn't in the. She was not. This is why she's had a hard life.
Yeah, and I was not gonna watch SpongeBob.
That is as hard as it gets, folks. I will say.
Okay, this one I believe. Princess Diana's death wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I can see it. For sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I talked about this earlier, the Mandela effect, that the government is testing our memory to see how far they can go with erasing history.
I feel like that is just such a random thing.
Crazy. Because it's so true.
I'm literally just like looking up popular conspiracy theories right now, and I feel like now I'm just like going down too much of a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, do you think Walt Disney's head was frozen?
I don't know anything about that.
Did you not? Do you remember that iCarly episode where there was like a frozen
every
head
third word?
It's every fourth word.
Every fourth word.
There was like in like a TV. They went to like a TV studio set or whatever, and like. They were told that like the president of the studio's head was frozen in the basement for when like they finally figure out how to like put someone's head on someone's body and like
Why would we need to do that?
No, so they think that's like a nod to like people think that happened to Walt Disney. People think Walt Disney's head is frozen somewhere.
That's why they come out with Frozen. So when you search Disney Frozen head, it comes out with like the Frozen movie.
That's literally what that thing was talking about.
Wow,
the Denver airport.
The Denver airport conspiracy.
The horse.
Some of this is really concerning here.
No way.
Prince Charles is a vampire.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
We're
all living in the Matrix.
Red pill.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be honest here. This is some of these are very far-fetched.
The Titanic didn't actually sink. Do you think the moon landing
Zombies
is real?
can rise from the dead.
Isn't that what a zombie is? No? Isn't that a person
you're right.
From the
You're
dead?
so right. You're so right, though.
Mermaids are real. They're just good at hiding it. I hope so.
No, same. When I was a kid, I'm not joking. There was a fountain in our downtown area, and people would put.
God.
I miss it.
Wait, I'm actually gonna cry.
Don't cry.
I forgot about that.
I know. They like.
That was like our childhood.
It
We would just
seriously
like,
was.
run around by the fountain as children.
I remember I would always like ask my mom for a penny and like put it in the fountain and like make a wish. Every single time, without a doubt, my wish was, please make me into a mermaid.
Oh, that'd be so like. And the best part about playing mermaids, I remember, was like picking our name and doing what color our tails were.
For sure, and it was like, let me give you a style evolution.
No, we're like my tail's gonna be pink and blue. Like we like came. Oh, I loved it.
No, and also that was one thing where like I was not a super girly girl growing up, but I loved the Barbie movies, specifically Fairytopia. And also a little bit Mermaid Tale, a little bit Swan Lake.
She's the queen of the waves.
Yeah,
the music was so good.
But I will say Ariel and Barbie and Mermaid Tale really made me invested. I don't even want to know how crazy I would have been if I'd watched like H2O at a younger age.
God,
I think
loved that show.
I watched it a little bit, but if I had watched H2O at like 7, I would have been insufferable. And YouTubers who had the like tails, I watched so many YouTube videos about that.
My God, I remember going to Disney World and there was a lady who was trying to sell this to people.
Oh
the tail,
my gosh.
And that looked so real, and it was like so expensive. And
$6,000.
No, yeah. I begged her, and she was like, "No, like what? We don't even have a pool. Like,
no, that's the other thing.
What are
you have a
do
pool.
With that?
There's a pool in your apartment complex, though. No. So what excuse?
Okay,
what excuse?
About 15
what
years
excuse
ago.
do you have now for not having one?
But no, Ariel was my favorite.
Actually, Belle was my favorite. I'm gonna be completely transparent here.
I remember this. You are Belle.
There goes the baker with,
Yeah. Some of the dreams we have are actual events happening in another universe. That's why it feels so real at times.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I believe all of that theory. I do think, though, not to sound crazy, but I was reading Freud's book, Interpretation of Dreams, and there was a lot of things in there that added up for me. Like, I've always believed in, like, your subconscious is, like, a very powerful place that, like, it actually impacts everything you do, and you just, like, might not even know. Because I have weird dreams all the time. And one thing about my dream is that they're always about people. It's never just, like, random events happen. It's like very distinct people in my life. People I know. And sometimes they're scary, whatever. But I always wake up and I feel like this is like meant to tell me something, Even if it's like stupid. I do feel like if you really pick apart dreams, like they can tell you a lot about things you may not even know about yourself. So
Do you ever have recurring dreams?
I have reoccurring dreams all the time that I'm just like happy. No. I have reoccurring dreams a lot that I'm with like a faceless man who treats me really nice.
Oh. Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
No, I will say, I don't know. I dream about like, it's always people. It's always people I don't want to speak to. Sometimes it's, my cute little dog in heaven, but a lot of the time it's just people I don't want to remember, and my subconscious is just like, girl. But yeah. And you?
I told you about my one reoccurring dream of not being able to contact 911.
Oh yeah,
but
that's real.
that happened in there was different scenarios, but it was always
For
just that happening. But I only remember like my nightmares in which something scared me so bad to the point where I woke up and had to turn the lights on and couldn't go back to sleep all night.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
All night.
I hate that feeling.
It's bad.
That is actually really bad.
Conspiracy theorists are portrayed as crazy in the media, so we'll ridicule them in real life instead of listening.
I would believe more of these if I didn't know so much about the people that prop up conspiracy theories, because it's always people who have like really extremist beliefs, unfortunately. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, the Truman Show and like life being like a simulation is like actually too scary for me
I know
to
you
even
think
like
about that a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, right.
I think you're like not real and you're like lying to me and you're
See,
being paid for
the funny thing I think about that is how everybody, what's that called? Everybody thinks that the life they're living is so unique and that no one else can like understand, if that makes any sense. Like, you are just like, you're just like going about your life, and everyone else is just a figure in your life. Like, you're not thinking like, oh, what's going on in Darby's life today?
No, that's how I feel like it's so weird for me, because I'm like, I'll be in bed and I'm thinking, how are there billions of other people in the world
literally
doing
billions.
other things, and they're thinking other things and they're living, and I'm like, how is that? Like, how is I feel like it's like, you know, what's that thing called that we learned in AP Psych, that like when babies can't see something, it's not real?
Oh, like object permanence?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I don't see you, like,
I completely
I'm like,
understand.
is she really real?
No, and I feel that way about the whole world, because like
literally.
When I think about it, like my good friend Maya, she's in Rome right now, and I talk to her almost every single day, and I'm just like, how are you existing on the other side of the world right now?
It feels like everyone is just waiting for me to like go into the room that they're in, or like like my mom is just sitting waiting for me to call her, for her to like pick up the phone
like
and
Laura
be on
Linney.
FaceTime. Like, it's like you're a dead robot until I like walk into the room or something.
That's crazy. I remember when I was a kid thinking like all the teachers like just lived at school. I don't know why I said that, but
no, it was always weird when you would see them out in public. And you know what? That's why some teachers like live really far away from their schools, because they don't want to see those kids out. And I'm like, I would definitely do that.
Now that I'm like not 7 anymore, I completely understand that, but I will.
But like, I remember the teachers that did live in our town. I'm like, why are you?
And their kids that like went to our school too.
That was the weirdest thing. And for some reason, I always thought it was like illegal. I don't know why. I feel like someone told me this, but I thought it was illegal for like your parent to teach you at the same school.
No, definitely not illegal.
I feel that someone told me that.
Maybe it was just a fake.
Where would I have gotten that from?
A fake theory.
You know what? I keep seeing TikToks that are like, this is like a new trend, like where it's like, tell me something, blah, blah, blah. And then every single comment says something. Yeah. And I like just scroll for hours. But what I've been seeing is like, tell me something that happened to you as a kid and no one will believe you. And people, like so many people are like,
me.
I floated as a kid. And I'm like,
I floated.
Okay. Some people are like, I literally used to float down the stairs and no one believed me.
Like, no, you were just a kid with an imagination.
Right. No, and then people are like, saying that like they would like wake up in the middle of the night and see this like man with a hat in the corner of the room, and like multiple people said that.
Okay, because listen, I'm gonna say something scary right now,
Katie.
I saw this TikTok and it was this girl and somebody was babysitting her and she's like telling her babysitter, "Can you please check under my bed for monsters?" And the woman checked and there was a guy under there. And I'm telling you, I've always been, yes, I'm 20 years old. I've always been scared of monsters under the bed and just like creepy things happening in the dark. And so, yes, I'm a full grown adult, but I think about that a lot.
See, I was never scared of monsters or ghosts. I was scared of real people.
Well, no, that's what I mean. People included in this situation.
I wasn't scared of like a big like fluffy like monster with teeth. I was scared of like a literal man. I shouldn't say people. I should say men.
No, because one time my professor told me that she lived on the second floor of her apartment complex in like California or something. And one night there was a man on her balcony that had scaled her balcony and he was incoherent and I think he was intoxicated and he was also naked and he was trying to break in her apartment.
That is okay. This is why, and I always, me and my roommates, I told my roommates, lock the porch door. Because we live on the third floor. We live on the third floor, and there's actually no way someone could actually
I was going to say, you're pretty safe.
Apartment.
Mine, though?
Lock it. Someone would, like, break it.
Yeah, I was going to say, they'd break the railing, so it would be okay.
Like, oh my God, that freaks me out.
I know.
And I always, every night, in my room at home, I have my bathroom door, closet door, and bedroom door. And I have to close all three.
Right.
I can't leave the closet door or the bathroom door open, even if I like go in there before I go to sleep and I know no one's in there. I have to close it.
No, dude, I shut my closet doors every night.
Because I feel like in the middle of the night, if I wake up and I look in there, I will feel like I can see someone looking at me.
Totally. Wow, we're just really creeping ourselves out today.
Okay, you know what? This is probably our last thing. We've probably been recording for a long time. But something that I did think about when I was seeing these TikToks was, and this wasn't even necessarily when I was a kid. Like, it wasn't even that long ago, but it doesn't happen anymore. This was like a week ago. No. Probably like early high school was like the last time it used to happen to me. But like in, let's say like 4th grade to maybe like sophomore year of high school, and this happened like nightly. Like it wasn't like every once in a while. It was like very often.
Okay.
I was trying to fall asleep and I was almost asleep and I heard someone say my name.
Yes. That still happens to me.
But it would be in the voice of people I know.
Yes. That literally happened to me last night. I'm not joking.
And okay, here's the thing. Like
my roommate was sleeping on the couch.
It would be you. It would be Chloe. It would be my nana. It would be my mom. It would be my dad. And I was like, it was so often that it happened, and it freaks me out because I always, this is stupid, but I always think of that thing where it's like, what if I'm in a coma and they're trying to wake me up, and this is, my whole life has been like a dream living in a coma, and they're trying to wake me up, my family is trying to wake me up, and they're saying my name, and I can't, and that's it coming through.
Oh my God, why would, wow.
So.
That's a lot.
But it doesn't happen anymore.
Hey, that's dark.
It doesn't happen
That's
anymore.
dark, bro.
I don't know, maybe once I got on medication, it went away.
That happens to me. Like last night I was sitting in my bed almost asleep, and then I swear I heard someone go, Katie. And I thought it was my roommate, and he was sleeping on the couch, so I'm telling myself maybe he said.
Does it sound like whispers to you?
Sometimes. Here's the thing. Sometimes I wonder if
you're schizophrenic.
Yes.
No, see, that's what I always thought.
I was going to say that too, but I think I just have an overactive imagination, and I always have. Okay,
because for me, it didn't sound like someone like Darby. It sounded like Darby, like very, like loudly, clearly, my family and my friends' voices. You, like, it sounded like you.
I was there. I was at the scene.
And it scared me so bad.
That is alarming.
But at some point, it was just kind of like normal.
Yeah.
But it would just happen when I was almost about to fall asleep, and I would fully wake up. Like, you know, sometimes you feel like you're falling. It was like that. Like, I would be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Someone said my name.
For sure.
They're trying to wake me up from the coma.
Scary.
Well, this was a good, and so
I was just going to say, this is a great episode. For
this
sure,
is something
for sure.
that we do have our deep conversations about. We just keep talking about it and can't stop.
Right.
But so fun.
Yeah, this was a fun episode.
Thanks for watching. Comment and let us know your conspiracy theories.
Yeah, and we'll let you know if we agree.
Nothing political. Let's not go there,
please,
you guys,
please. Nothing too dark, y'all. Nothing too dark. Nothing, because we have been duped.
We've been duped. And do you want to? Can I tell in the context of in which I said this?
Of course.
We were This was a bad night. Me and Katie were with our 2 other friends, and we went to watch the newest.
I don't even remember this.
Despicable Me movie. Despicable Me 4. Is it?
When was that?
And it was in the summer.
Okay.
And we were all sitting there in the movie theater, and I was telling our friend, I was like, this doesn't feel like a normal movie theater. Like, I feel like the lights are not their lights aren't all the way turned off.
Which one were we in?
The movie theater, Studio Movie Girl.
Oh wow.
And the movie screen is pretty small. Was this
the potato skins incident?
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, I kept ordering food and it came cold. And so I never send things back, but I was like, I'm spending so much money, I'm sending it back. Yeah. This is cold coming to me. And so they would come and get it, and then it would come back cold again.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I said, all right, can you just get me something else? Because I'm paying $14 for this. I'm not doing that because it's happened so many times. And then they never brought my food again.
That
so
was
I had to literally
crazy.
go ask someone to speak to a manager so I could have my money back.
Right.
And I still tipped the guy. Anyway, so that was just like a weird movie experience. And the screen seemed really small. And I tell Ben, I was like, this seems weird. Like, we've been duped.
We've been duped.
And then he just like kept
We've been
saying
freaking
it.
duped. Yeah.
It was a weird movie experience.
It was.
But I think it might be because it was like a children's movie.
Yeah.
That like the lights were on kind
Maybe.
of. But
Maybe
I don't.
they were trying to be
It just
kind.
felt weird.
Right.
Also, that movie theater has gone downhill.
Downhill because they bring cold potato skins to
talk
people these
about
days,
it.
and that's not okay.
No, like I'm not paying that much
No.
money and tipping. For
I
that.
remember that was the height of movie theater experience. Studio Movie Girl. It was like, it doesn't get better
no,
than
when
this.
that like came to town, when they built that, I was like, this is so cool. They bring food to you.
Yup.
Oh my God.
And still to this day, I'm like used to that. Like I'll go
No,
to
I
another
know.
movie theater. I'm like, where's
Right.
the
And like
where's the
AMC
server?
does that too now.
But they didn't for a long time. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up there, y'all.
Peace and love. Like and comment.
And comment a
subscribe.
unicorn emoji if you stayed this far into the video.
Comment a what?
Unicorn.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Mm-mm.
All right, love you guys.